So I think that is me coming live now. There we go. There's a bit of sound. So I happy days. There's obviously a wee bit of a delay in what is going on. Let me know if you can all hear me, guys. What is the crack there? This is my first time going live on YouTube. So I use the comment section. And what is going on? Let me know if you can all hear me. There we go. It seems to be coming through fine. So let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. A little comment section just over to the side or below. I'm unsure of what way it is that you are looking at it. This is my first time going live on, what do you call this? YouTube, live streaming on YouTube. So I'm exploring new ways of getting out there and just getting work done. So it may be a little different. There may be a few bumps along the road, but I do very much appreciate everybody that is sort of sticking along with me with this. So this is pretty cool. I'm going to have a phone sitting here so I can see that the little chat box. So say hello once you're on so that I know that you're on and that you are watching and where you're watching from, I suppose. So that's all of that out of the way. I should probably introduce myself. My name is Sean McGill. I'm also known as Psychic in the City, hence the name of my little YouTube channel and various other things that I would post about the place. So I hope that you are all keeping well, and welcome to my YouTube if you have not been on and been exploring my YouTube channel yet. There's loads and loads and loads of information available on various different things, various different topics that would be metaphysical or just a little bit psychic and strange. So that's pretty much me. I am a psychic medium who works in Belfast because we're not allowed to leave the house at the minute. And not only do I work in Belfast, but because of how amazing technology is, I'm now able to work internationally, which is fantastic. Well, I have been working internationally for a number of years. I've got my American clients that I've had for a very, very long time, and I tend to be getting a little bit further afield or different directions at the moment with my one-to-one readings that are being done via video chat. So there is a lot of work that I do. I provide one-to-one readings, either tarot or mediumship. I'm also a teacher in mediumship and psychic development, and I am the only Faulkner Tarot trainer in Ireland. The one person in the whole of this little island to teach the certified 12-week intensive course. So yeah, that is that. So I teach that, I teach this. Let me see, Google timestamps and all this. No, it's all good. So I do teach tarot. I also am running a mediumship mentoring program as well, which some people may or may not know about. Where I have a group of people that are signed up for 8 months of intensive training with myself. That is starting right at the very start, at the very beginning of mediumship unfoldment, where it is looking at you as a spiritual being living a physical experience, moving into things like psychic development, the psychic senses, being aware of your own energy body, and so on and so forth, moving into things like the mechanics of mediumship, how mediumship works, how to structure a link, how to connect with spirit. So that is my 8-month mentoring program that we're moving through it at a good wee speed. It only launched last month, and we've had people that have been joining. It's been quite a successful launch, I do have to say that. Just because, let me see. Let's just clear all those. Let's do that. It has been quite a successful launch due to the amount of people that signed up before we even started, and then we got a few people that joined up after we'd started. So we've got a great wee bunch of people that are at different spaces, different places, and all just sort of working together. So you have probably seen me talk about my mentorship if you follow me on the social medias. And what that really looks like is over an 8-month period. Doesn't matter when you sign up because it's going to be running for a while. Over an 8-month period, at the start of every week, you're going to get a theory video, and they're currently averaging between sort of like 15 to 25 minutes following each module, and then it's the lessons within each module. So you get your theory video sent to you on a Monday, and then we have our practical session midweek on Zoom, where it doesn't matter where you're at with your development. I have some people that have been sitting for years, some people that this is just their first month. And we all sort of work either in pairs or in smaller groups or as a collective to work on what it is that you want to work at. So nobody is feeling like, pressured or stressed out or anything, because everybody gets to work at their own time and at what they feel they really want to work on. Whereas I have people that have joined that are fantastic at connecting with spirit, but they want to spend a little bit of time maybe brushing up on their psychic readings. So it really doesn't matter. And this will follow a structure of various modules over an 8-month period. I'm not giving away too much. I'm not giving away what each module is and what each module looks like. I think I've given out enough information on that already. But if you do want to check that out, let me see if I can get the little link for that here. I can pop that into the little chat box, I suppose. Where that is where you can go and book an appointment with myself. But then again, if you keep scrolling down, you can find out all the information about the mentorship program, which I'm super excited about. So is there people using the chat box? What's going on here? Somebody say hello. I know that there is people that are on. This is very different from Facebook, isn't it? Facebook I see is all the cheeky to me, where I don't see that here. But hey, it is what it is. So I know some of you have, well, obviously most of you have joined from my Facebook, where you have seen me post 3 cards, 1, 2, or 3, or left, middle, right, where I am going to be revealing what each one of those cards means for the people that have selected those. There we have people saying hello now, so that's great, that's awesome. Hello, Cat. So yay, we have people that are talking. It's always good to have a little bit of an interaction, or you could just be the type of person that likes to sit and watch, So that yeah. So have a wee think, guys. If you haven't seen those posts on Facebook, have a wee think. Do you want to pick card number 1? Now I'm only showing you the back of them, obviously. Or do you want to pick card number 2? Or do you want to pick card number 3? And I will let you know what they are momentarily. Now, this is also a place for people that have been asking me a lot of questions about what I do, just even asking me questions about myself and about the type of work that I do, or even just things, just trying to get to know me a little bit more. So feel free, guys, if you have any questions about me, or any questions about the type of work that I do, feel free to ask those in the chat, the live chat box, and I will work my way through those and get answering those as we go along. So I know that a lot of people have been asking, how did I get into this type of work? And this is a story that I'm telling over and over and over and over and over again. So I pretty much started out as a tarot reader, where I read the tarot. Well, I'll say read. I read the tarot. I got my first deck of tarot cards when I was around the age of 13. I got those, and I will remember this story until the day God calls me. If I can shed a wee bit of light on the subject here, see how that looks. yeah, I got my first deck of tarot cards at the age of 13. I would have spent a lot of time down at my aunt's, and she would have given me pocket money, just sort of the way she would have done to her friends, or her not her friends, her children, and she would only give us £10 each. It does not look so good with the light on, the curtains open. She would have given us all £10 each, and this one week she only had, I think it was like £8 change in her purse. So she gave me £8, and I remember sneaking down to the Westwood Centre, and there was an Eason's in there. And it was a wee purple box, I remember, that was priced at $6.99, that had a deck of tarot cards and the wee workbook in it. So it was $6.99 for that, and I had enough for a bar of chocolate afterwards. So I was delighted as a wee 13-year-old. But I grew up in sort of like not a very overly religious family, because not my whole entire family was religious, but there was the religious aspect that was there. So I would have had to hide my tarot cards everywhere and always carry them about me and keep them in my school bags and stuff, and would have done readings in school for, friends, teachers, all that type of stuff, and would have started practicing quite heavily. And then I started to do house parties at the age of 16. Done a few wee house parties here and there, doing wee readings for like £15. And always had a keen interest in things that are metaphysical. So I was sort of like studying all this stuff and studying like different types of religions, or different sort of like nature-based things such as paganism, Wicca, Buddhism, and there was that magazine, what do you call it, Mind, Body, Spirit, is it, that used to get like every fortnight or whatever, that had different crystals in it and oils and bits of information. So I used to get that as well. So I was pretty self-studied or self-taught throughout my late teens. And never really was interested in mediumship, to be totally honest with you. And it wasn't until I went for a reading after my granda passed away that the first thing that the medium said to me when I sat down was, you can do what I can do, and you're going to travel and be on TV with it. And I thought to myself, I made dead on. I don't even think I believe in this, to be totally honest with you. Lo and behold, he was correct. So I did. It sort of sparked my interest a little bit, where I joined a development group with a medium. But the reason as to why I joined with this medium was because I read tarot. She was a Reiki master. I wanted to learn to do Reiki, and that's pretty much all I wanted to do. Is I just wanted to read tarot, and just that was it, and do the odd Reiki treatment. But didn't Spirit have different plans for me? Yes, they did. I think it was a case of me being sort of so much into my self study, and having a really good knowledge base that really helped my sort of development turn into unfoldment very, very quickly. And within a short period of time, I began working primarily doing tarot readings until I felt comfortable enough to add mediumship into the mix. And people always used to say to me, one day you'll put your cards down, and I would just be like, how dare you say such a rude thing to me? I love my tarot so much. Then again, they're right. It's one of those things I should maybe trust what the mediums around me tell me a little bit, But that's kind of it. It's not like I've had any mad experiences as a child or anything like that, and if I would ask my granny, she'd be like, oh yes, you were always very special, you would always sit and talk to the angels when you were little. And if you'd ask my mum, she'd say, yeah, you were always a weirdo. So but I do remember like having a few wee spiritual experiences as a child, but I do think that those things are pretty normal. Would that be the correct thing to say there? I did think they were pretty normal, and everybody experienced them. Turns out, no, not so much. Now, I'm afraid to click a button here, because like I said, this is my first time doing a little live stream on YouTube. Let me see. But yeah, so I started working, God, a good number of years ago. It must be like 8 years ago now. I started working full time. Let me see, what am I, 32 now? 24. 24. About 8 years ago, I would say that I done that. Started working full time. Done the odd wee thing here and there in between because I still sort of enjoy having like normal jobs. Where now I'm kind of really into special effects makeup, but that's not really stuff on my YouTube. Unless you just want to see it, then you just can let me know. But my main sort of love of what I do, it's demonstrating mediumship and teaching, developing mediums as well. And that's just it really. Has anyone any questions? I would like to know. Ask away. Let me see. Is there just gonna have to bear with me, guys? If you have any questions, fire them into the chat box. So yeah, will I look at card number 1 and see what it was, or A or left card, and give you a little sort of interpretation of that. So for those that don't know, I use the Faulkner Tarot, and aren't you so lucky also today as well? The Faulkner Tarot, the black and white deck, are now back in stock. Isn't that so cool? They are back in stock, and I remember the first time I connected with the spirit. I love that question, Nicola. Do you mean the first time properly, as in doing a reading or given like a proper link, or do you mean like whenever I was like younger? Let me know what you mean there. So let me see. So the first card from the Faulkner Tarot is this one. This is the Six of Swords. So for everyone that picked card 1, card A, or card left, this is your little card. It is the Six of Wands, or Six of Swords. So this wee card here, this talks about taking opportunities. And taking opportunities, but it's the last opportunity. That's your last chance of getting this done. So everyone that has picked this card, it talks about that great wee opportunity coming your way. It's been things that you've been working towards or working for, but maybe you haven't built up enough momentum or faith in yourself or enough to sort of be going, okay, let me see here and I'm going to take this. So you've maybe been a bit sort of lackluster or a bit, maybe say lazy. I'll say lazy, because God knows I have, and this is the card I picked as well. So with this wee card, it's like, okay, this is our last shot to do this. So, we really want to take this opportunity as it comes along. And this is what September is going to be about for people that have picked this card. Taking those opportunities as they 100% are handed to you. No more doubt. No more low self-esteem. No more lack of self-worth. No more feeling like you're not good enough. Guys, take the opportunity and absolutely soar with it, because you will 100% be successful. And that's what it is all about, because this card is about reaping the rewards. Now, for anyone that is aware of the Faulkner Tarot will know that this is an image from another card in the deck. It talks all about golden opportunities, but it with many different ways of getting there. But because this card is very much zooming in on the little boat, it says that we only have one more opportunity to get this correct. Now, I'm also feeling that this has to be the last chance that some people are given in the terms of relationships, whether that be romantic, platonic, or family, that this is the last chance that we are given. No means no, and stick to your decisions. Very, very much so, guys. So if that wee bit resonates with you as well, understand how awesome you are, and don't let people treat you like a doormat. So that was the first wee card that I picked. Both. Why not? Okay. So Nicola's asked a really cool question. Do I remember the first time I connected with a spirit? Yes. The first time I ever connected with a spirit, in the terms of doing a reading, was around the age of 17. I was doing a house party and I picked up that the person that I was reading for lost a baby through miscarriage, and it's an awful thing to talk about, but it happens. And that completely freaked the life clean out of me, because I seen, in my mind's eye, I seen a gentleman standing behind my client, and that I was doing the reading for, holding a little baby wrapped in a blanket. Now, things like that are very, very common to me nowadays, very, very much so. I can very much take it all on my stride. But it was about that time that I stepped away from my cards for about a year and a half, because it did scare me, it did freak me out, because this was long before I had any proper training, and I didn't know exactly what was going on. Now, long before that, remember the wee story I was telling you there about my granny saying I would have always spoke to angels and things. I would have spoke to what I now know as spirit, as being staying a lot with grandparents, and mum coming down, and because me being a wee weirdo going, I want to go and see granny's holy statues, and I would have been speaking to spirit family. Looking back now, I can see that, and that's why my granny said that I always would have spoke to angels when I was younger. Now, my first ever structured link, Nicola, and for everybody else who wants to listen, it was my first ever time in a development group. And I'm not shy, for those that know me. I joined, don't forget, guys, I'm saying like I have lots and lots and lots of knowledge in my head about how these things work. So that was sort of making the conditions correct for Spirit to work with me on a much quicker way, which are things that I go into in a lot of detail in my mentoring program, development and unfoldment. Granny's know too much, doesn't she, Nicola? She really, really does. I'll say it, we all gotta love her. So it was my first night at this development group, and there was people that have been sitting there longer than I have, and I'll not name names. Not like I have any issues with these people. I don't want to name names and then them going, I maybe wish I hadn't said that. So I stood up and I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I described someone, and they were like, this is your first night, and I'm like, I know, but I've been doing readings for like almost 10 years. At this stage I was very early 20s, so what was it, 6 years I think I was doing readings. And they're all looking at me going, but this is your first night? And she's like, well, go on ahead then. What's the message? What have they came forward for? And I'm like, oh, I've never done that before. And I'm going to myself, what's the message? And then I heard something whispered to me, and I said it, and they were like, what? So that was my first, within a teaching environment, within a structured environment. Sometimes I would definitely go to a wee awareness class that my friends run, and I would be like, it's my first night, and I'd stand up and pretend I'm really nervous and all, and give out a message, and everybody's like, what's going on here? And I'm like, I'm a working medium, I just come here to support my friends, so that's a nice one. Keep thinking of questions, guys. Like, you absolutely ask away. I'm not shy. You can ask me about my work, ask me about my non-existent love life, whatever you want. This is a no holds barred live stream, really, for people to get to know me a little bit more. So, Brendan Wiley, I've been told I have the gift. How can I go about learning to connect? Okay, so there is no such thing, in my opinion, before I move forward, there is no such thing as the gift. I understand what you're saying though, Brendan, so please don't think that I'm saying anything negative towards you. So you may have an ability, because we are all spiritual beings having a physical experience. So it's about increasing our knowledge base to have an understanding of what that gift may be. Now, one way I've heard it said to me is, yes, I have a gift, but I'm not gifted. I like to refer to it as an ability more than a gift, because it's our God-given ability to be able to communicate with people So why can we not communicate with spirit people? Now, there is no hard or fast way about it. If there was a shortcut to mediumship, I would have found it, let me tell you. But one of the best things that you can do, Brendan, or anybody out there that is watching, is to join a development group. Whether that be the likes of my mentoring program, or you would probably really benefit from my new at-home study course, Brendan. I've literally last week put together a 6 video course, enhancing your intuition. Let me see. That would probably be of good benefit to you or anybody that really wants to learn, develop on a different on a bit more. You need proper training. You need proper training from someone that has done this before, that can help you understand the mechanics of the psychic faculties. So I have developed a 6 video course that runs in a structure to help you understand slightly the mind. Now this is very introductory, this wee one. Mind, the psychic senses, and learning how to get intuitive information and messages for yourself and for other people through using your psychic senses or connecting with your guides. So there's the wee link to that 6-part video course. But I always say to everybody, you need proper training. You need to be under the instruction of someone who knows what it is that they're doing, and you learn by making your mistakes. I still go to, or I don't go to anymore, lockdown, but up until a few years ago, I still would have went to workshops run by other mediums. I may have only taken one thing away from the entire day, but I still took something away from that entire day. I listen to other mediums give me feedback on my work, because that's kind of where I'm at, and I know some of you may be at different stages, but I do have to say that, you need adequate training, and it is an ongoing journey of development, but for people that are maybe interested in dipping their toe into enhancing their intuition, this 6-part video course, it's very, very well lined out. Let me see if I can actually just get the information on that. That'd be handy, rather than trying to think off the top of my head. So there is 6 video lessons. The first one is the mind and the senses. The second one is the psychic senses. So the first 2 lessons, you're spending time understanding the mind, understanding your physical senses, learning about the mind and how they tie in with the psychic senses, learning to use them intuitively to then move on to the 3rd lesson, which is using your intuition for yourself, connecting to your higher self, feeling those psychic vibrations about and around you. And then the 4th lesson is using your intuition for other people. The 5th lesson is an introduction to the aura. And then the 6th lesson is guidance from your guides. Now, there's also a secret 7th lesson that people only find out about once they sign up to it, So there is 7 lessons, guys. I only launched this course not that long ago. I had some people run through it beforehand, and that's it. They got amazing feedback on it. So you get a video sent to you every week from you sign up for 7 weeks, 6 weeks, but 7 weeks, along with a worksheet as well. So you're talking around 10-15 minutes watching the video, and about 5 minutes work each day doing your exercises to really develop. Now, you can work for 20 minutes each day, but this is designed for busy people in mind, and for people that want to dip their toe into it, that maybe do not want to commit off the bat to 8 months training with myself. Now, there is also a few freebies that I'm giving out as well for people that sign up and purchase the video course. If you purchase the video course, not only are you getting £40 off it, you're also getting a free copy of Brian's Guide to Working with Spirit. Mine is near done, but it is a must. My go-to reference manual. So you're getting that. That's valued at $9.99, and also a downloadable copy of my recorded meditation, blah blah, recorded guided meditation blended with spirits. So there is what you're getting. And it's currently at £40 off. Is going to be very, very soon, you know. So I'm very, very, very excited about that. I'm getting amazing feedback on that wee one already. So that's the wee link that is in there for people that want to purchase that little video course. But I love that question, Brendan, because I get asked that an awful lot. You know, I'm told I have this ability within me or this gift or whatever it is. And, you know, I tend to think more of, I don't like the word gift personally, because it makes me sort of feel like, oh no, I'm no better than anybody else, you know. Recommend the course, sorry. Oh, thank you so much, Joanne. Like I say, I tend to think that the word gifted makes you feel like, oh, I'm better than other people, and that's really not where I come from. That's not a place that I come from. You know, my students know me inside and out at this point, you know. I'm just like one of the rest of them. We have good fun. We really enjoy working together, and I just really give them a rap over the knuckles when they need it, you know. But apart from that, I'm just a person like everybody else, and that's what I feel is a big important part of my work, is to demystify mediumship, you know. So let me see. So you actually hear a voice and visually see a physical description? No. So what you're talking about there, Nicola, and this is a fantastic question, you're talking about clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is an ability. So clairvoyance is the French word for clear seeing. So clairvoyance works in two different ways, objectively or subjectively. Objective clairvoyance means you see outside of the mind, the way you see me now on the screen of your phone or your TV or whatever it is that you're watching me on. Subjective clairvoyance is seeing within the mind's eye. So you'll see, and it may appear like the person's there, or the aura is there, or the clairvoyant imagery that you're getting is there, when it's not. It's within your mind's eye, because you've developed your psychic senses to such a point that you can see them. Subjective clairvoyance is more common. Normally when I see spirit, I see like a photograph, like they hold a photo, it's like a photograph of the person. I don't really tend to see them anymore. Because the first time I seen spirit the way I see like living people, oh my god, it was scary. Good scary, not bad scary. You know, I was not prepared. I got up and ran away and hid under my blanket, texted a medium friend of mine, "Would I see my spirit guide?" And she was like, "You've been asking them for months." I'm like, "I know, I'm hiding under the blanket." She's like, "You're really hiding on a spirit that can find you." I'm like, "Good point, they'll get out." You know. Animal guides, I don't really know. That's not my forte, Nicola, to be totally honest with you. But I would imagine it would be no different than going on a meditation to meet your spirit communicator. You know, all you have to do is put that intention out before you start working. Because all this type of work is energy based, it's thought based. So it is all about the intention that you set out. And your intention may be to meet your animal guide. And, you know, I would say that would happen, you know. But keep hitting me up with the questions. Will I move on to the second card? Card B or the middle card? Now let me see if it's a wee bit different now, because it's got darker, but now it's too dark in the living room. No. That's not too bad, is it? Or do you look crazy like this now? I think it was better with the curtain closed, yeah. I will figure out all this lighting and stuff, don't worry guys. But I'm appreciating yous very much being on and watching. So we'll move on to the second card. You think of questions they ask. I like this card. So people picked card 2, card B, or the middle card. This is the 9 of Cups. This is the wish card. This is all your wishes coming true with this wee card here. I love this wee card. There's a beautiful baby in the card. It's happy times, it's loving times, it's being connected with your family, with your friends. It is 100% being with everybody and having a very, very good time. This is all the hard stuff, all the difficult stuff that you have been through is now just beginning to go away, to melt away, to being in a much, much happier place, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, you name it, the whole lot. My guide is also telling me meditate, learn to meditate, and that will be something that will be something that will be very, very beneficial to people, you know. So let me see here. Meditation will be the key to help people move on forward. There also seems to be a little bit of new romance coming on in the cards for people that have picked this one. And I also get the feeling that now, obviously not everybody, but the birth of a much wanted baby is something that comes with this. But this is the wish card. Make your wishes and they will come true, guys. That's the 9 of Cups. So yeah, like I was trying to say about the Faulkner cards, I was down to my last deck. I really was, because they've been out of print for a couple of years. And there was the colour ones. I just love my wee black and white babies. I just do. They're my favourite. And I do teach a 12-week intensive that I'm taking names for. So guys, if you are wanting to sign up to learn the tarot, which is separate from my mentor, and I know I'm hitting this with a lot, email me and let me know. It's your baby very soon. Seeing that wee card lifted my spirits. There we go, Joanna. That was especially for you then, wasn't it? Let me know, as I am taking names for the Faulkner Tarot. But the black and white deck are now in print again, and you can get those directly from Rhiannon Faulkner or from myself. More so Rhiannon than me. I only place big orders. Usually whenever I'm doing what do you call that? Courses is when I'd order them in. But you can get them direct from Rhiannon. They're back in print today as well. Well, to be sold today, which I'm super excited about, you know. So anyone else, any more spiritually minded questions? Come on, ask away, don't be shy. I was having a lovely wee meditation earlier. It was the first in a long while that I was able to sit for like a good half hour, just to sit with spirit, sit with my own soul, and just really just sit in that power. Far too many. Ask away, that's what we're here for. Whether it's spiritual, whether it's about me, whether you want to set me up with your brother Nicola, I really don't mind. I'm only joking. Oh, let me see what's going on here. Oh, Nicola, you're obviously, I was chatting to you on Facebook, is that right? Your name's, if it is, and your name's different on Facebook, sorry. I was sitting meditating earlier, and I just had a real beautiful experience. Just sitting in that stillness and just sitting with your own soul. It was fantastic. It really, really was. Is there people out there that would meditate regularly, would meditate daily, every other day? You know, I tend to do like 5-10 minutes every day. Yes, that's me. I thought so, Nicola. I really did. I thought it was you. You know, Nicola, you would probably benefit quite well from that wee video course that I posted, the wee link to. It's a one-off payment, and then you get your wee stuff sent out over to you over the coming weeks. You might want to join up to my mentorship, as I'm stopping taking people next month at the price that the mentorship is at. I'll probably explain that. So my mentoring program runs for 8 months, and yeah. It is 2 different options. One is £40 per month and one is £80 per month. All the details are on that as to what it is that you get from it. But people don't know. There's also a sign-up fee as well, just to get you going and get you sorted. But as of this month, starting next month, that price is increasing. Unless you've got the 6-week course, then we'll talk. So say it's the likes of Nicola signed up and she's going, I don't really know about the mentorship. And she does that 6 video course, and at the end of it, she's like, I like him, I like his teaching style, I like how he goes. And then you phone me up and you're like, oh, I thought it was £40 when I checked. Well, that's okay, because you spent that money there today on that. So I'll honour that up until the end of next month. If that makes sense to you guys. I know I'm giving you a lot of information there, like, but I want to give things at the best imaginable price. But even at that £40, it's still way, way, way too cheap. But that's it. You'll figure it all out. It's at the appointment with John.co.uk. One. Let me see. Any tips on visualize? Yep. Practice. Practice. Start small. Form an image of something in your mind, and hold that image there as best as you possibly can. And when the image disappears, bring it back again. But start with something small, like an apple or an orange, and just hold that, because visualization, it's a muscle that we don't really use. So we need to start using it again. So it's like flexing that muscle. You're not going to go into the gym and start bench pressing 100 kg, are you? No. You're going to start off with struggling to lift the bar. And over time, you add more weight. You'll begin to see more come from it, So, I hope I'm making sense to you guys. I watch a candle flicker. Yeah, whatever helps you meditate, whatever helps you get into the zone, It's all good. There's no right or wrong way to meditation, and that's the thing. Like I run a wee meditation Monday group, which I'm gonna put the price up for that as well. What are you doing? Where it's only sort of kicked off and with a few wee members on it. Where we're from September, from next Monday onwards, we're going to be doing live group meditations. Well, I'll be talking you through it every Monday. And then you'll get the videos sent to you as well. And we just believe for much that is, it's only £7.77 for a whole month of meditation classes. But that's the thing, like I'm trying to say, there is no right or wrong way. And being someone that is, done things like regression therapy, that's trained in it, that's trained as a mindfulness coach, like there's no right or wrong way to meditate, as long as it gets the job done for the purpose of why you're meditating. You need to sort of close your eyes and heighten your senses to actively do things. Sometimes you need to stare at a candle to help your attention and your focus, so there's no right or wrong way, as long as it suits the purpose of what you're doing. So it's all good, it really is, as long as you can get the job done, in my opinion. And that's what I'm all about, is getting the job done. Very, very much so. There's all this info on your website. Not for the meditation, no, because I stupidly put that up on Patreon, which I might change. But you can go and have a wee look there if you want. The links are there. My website has the teaching stuff, the video course, how to book an appointment, the mentorship, the Patreon. I don't know. Yeah, so it's $7.77. You sign up, and you get charged on the first of every month. But I am only taking a certain amount of people on at $7.77, and then it's going up. So it'll be like meditations every week, and then I'll send distant healing to everybody. What do we call that? Every Sunday. Okay, you drop the link. I have all these things sitting out there. It's really crazy. Well, we move on to the third and final card. So this wee one here is the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, gypsy meaning a load of money. This is a lot of money that comes. This is a happiness card also. Don't get me wrong. It's not totally money focused, but this is The card does talk about happy, content times, successfully completing those projects or moving through those cycles, moving into much, much better times within a relationship, you know. And it also means a financial payoff. Money is the meaning that comes with that one, you know. So it can mean that the hard times that you've been suffering emotionally, the hard times that you have been going through, will absolutely be changing, and you will be moving on from those. So I know, just as I share with that wee card, it is all about being happy. Also, a wee bit of expect the unexpected over the next month. Whether you take that in good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't really matter. Just sort of expect the unexpected a little bit with this wee card here. But this wee card is all about moving into happier times within your emotional self and your emotional well-being, you know. But they're all very, very good cards. Like, you know, they really are. Now, obviously, that's just a 1 wee card pick. Like, you know, I go into a lot more detail during a one-to-one reading with that. So again, you can find any of those links if you want to what's the word? If you want to book a one-to-one reading, I suppose that would be it, wouldn't it, you know? But that's good. It's all good. We're all doing good. Any other questions, guys? I just can't seem to get water cold enough at the minute. I really, really can't. I don't know what that's all about. I should have chosen that one. But choose what we're supposed to. No. People inviting me to like barbers pages and all. I'm like, my hair is tattooed on. It's not even real. Can I move in with you for a week? No. I love living on my own, Nicola. I really, really do. I don't think I could ever live with anybody again. And I know you're only joking, but no, I really do not think I could live with anybody ever again, to be totally honest with you. But if there is no other questions, I think we shall maybe wrap it up there. That's been a good 45 minutes I've been live, you know. So, yeah. It will maybe make this a wee bit more of a regular thing. Or not. I got quite a lot on with all these courses and stuff, you know. But do, guys, go and check them out. I can't recommend that video course enough. Can't recommend the mentorship enough, to be honest with you as well, like, you know. But just get in before the prices go up, you know. And do feel free to like and share this video, guys, and subscribe to my little channel. Because it's a great help. I'm only a wee baby channel, you know, and I'm trying to sort of grow it a bit more. So for the more I get, the more I can give, you know. And you can also go on to Patreon if you just want to support the channel for a couple of £2 a month. Never mind the meditation. You can absolutely go for that. Thoroughly enjoyed. Good. I'm so glad, guys. But do go and sign up for all my courses and all. Because they will help. Alright, guys, I am off. Good night, God bless, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.